digital product.
Okay, I'm going to start the recording so we can have this for future reference. Okay, so you said we both in IT.
We're both in IT. Okay, we both are entrepreneurs, and we're both are in the midst of recreating how we are getting income.
Mhm.
Okay, we want to leave the brick and mortar business and use our creative minds, that which God has given us, to generate income. The vehicle that we choose to use is using a digital product. I said, so what separates Cornelius and I? Says, well, he has an actual product that he's turning digital. I have knowledge. I said, so in the same, he also has knowledge. What kind of knowledge?
Mhm.
Okay, his knowledge is one is based off of him, off of trainings that he has taken, but he also has life and actual experience knowledge
Mhm.
that he's bringing to the table. I says I have life experience and actual knowledge from a different concept, but my training has come from past business life, and then also some of the new stuff that I've been dealing with when talking with you and working with you. Is still knowledge based. I
Right.
said, so his digital products shouldn't be any different than my digital products.
Correct.
Okay. And so I went back, so I looked at that, so that's so we don't differ that much.
Mhm.
Okay. I said, so I went back and I looked at your product line. That I went back and looked at that at the graphic that you sent me. And I
Okay.
said, okay, so what's different than that than what I'm doing? I said, other than him having his picture on some graphics. I
Mhm.
said, I need to call him, pick his brain, and I need to figure out what the heck is he doing that's different. What the heck is he doing that is correct? How is he calling that a digital product?
Okay.
And and so maybe I can clone what he has and what he's doing and do the same thing, because we're both selling what are we both selling? We're both selling knowledge and experience.
That is correct.
That's what we're selling.
That is correct.
And we're selling, uh we are getting our customer to, like you say, trust and getting to know us, and we're selling them our expertise.
Mhm.
We're selling them our knowledge, not necessarily a how-to session. It's more of, okay, based upon what you have told me, not this is not only what I recommend, here's what you do.
Right.
And so I was like, okay, so I need him to show me what he's doing to create those products that he showed me in that graphic, because I can do the same thing. I just from a different standpoint. And then I remembered one of the things that you told me a few times over is to take what I did with Catherine and bottle that.
Yes.
Okay, which I did write down.
And the reason why I asked you to bottle that is because the first thing you said was we're selling knowledge. I reached over and got this book here. Okay. And this is called the Expert Secrets book. Everybody in life is an expert at something. Okay.
Okay.
And what he has taught in this book of how to take that knowledge that you have, that expertise, and turn it into, bottle it, number one, and turn it into a commodity product that people can consume. We are in the information age, the knowledge-based industry. The way people learn is totally different. So we all have something of value to contribute. So when you were working with Catherine and you were walking her through her steps, the reason why you couldn't bottle it is because it's what I call your superpower. When you are in your superpower, you just do it automatically. You don't have to think about it. It's not a question for you. Automatically just do it. But what I would encourage you to do is start getting in the habit of when you start talking to people, ask them, hey, listen, do you mind if I record this conversation? Take out your camera and turn your camera on and start recording that interaction, because you can always go back later and edit that and create a product out of that. Everything that you walk Catherine through from the phone call, that's an intake. That's a process that you can put in place. From the questions that you ask her, that can be turned into a question answer sheet. So when you talk to the next person, you already have the formula for success for that.
Okay.
Okay. That is the way that this digital business in this industry has worked. We are in a knowledge society. Okay. And we can help people with our knowledge. We just have to create the products to put in front of them to help them. Okay. So by you having all the knowledge in your head, the reason why I drill you with these questions is because the goal is to get it out of your head and get it on paper. Remember the podcast we listened to, the 4 levels of value, where the 4th level of value was creativity. Okay. And that is the only level that pays you twice. Okay. Because you're pulling things out of eternity. So quite naturally, this is new for people, because you got to look at the industries that we've been in. We went from the farming industry. We went from the industrial industry, agricultural, and then we moved into the information age. Now, I've always was taught and trained that anytime that there's a shift in technology or a shift in industry, there's always going to be 2 entities that will always profit from these shifts. So when we went from horse carriage to automobile, that was a physical shift. People could see that shift. Okay. Horse buggies, automobiles, engines, cars, tires. And when people saw that shift, they were able to position themselves and get in front of that shift. What I mean by that? Okay, so by moving from horse carriage to automobiles, that birthed the automobile insurance industry, because when the people have accidents, they need to get the car fixed.
Right.
Tire industries, because with tires made out of rubber, they pop, you need to have tires. It birthed so many different industries, but because that shift was physical, you could see it and position yourself to get ahead of it. Now, the 2 industries that always profit from those shifts was the education industry, the schools, and corporations. So schools would say, okay, you come to our school, we'll train you how to fix engines. You remember back in the days of high school used to have auto shop as an elective, okay? Because the shift was physical.
Yep, I had that elective.
Okay, so that was a physical shift. So 2 industries will always profit: corporations and schools. Schools were saying, you come to our school, we'll teach you how to do how to work on these new shifts. And the corporations was telling the schools, well, when you train the school, the students, we'll hire them. That's why you see all the career colleges. Hey, come get this degree. Well, when you get this degree, now you're favorable in the marketplace. But now, when we went from automobile to horse carriage to automobile, and then we went from that to the steel industry. Okay, the Andrew Carnegie days. That's when all the high-rise buildings started going up. After World War II, they started building new freeways, new gas stations started popping up. That's when gas stations went from gas stations to mini marts, started selling food and stuff because the people were traveling. Now, in the steel industry, the corporations were saying, well, we need people to work on these machines that we're running in our corporations. We need, we build the steel and all this. We need engineers and mechanics. So the school says, come to our school, we'll teach you how to be a digital engineer and mechanics. Okay, that's how that happened. Then we went from the steel industry to the what? The information age.
Right.
Now, the problem with the information age is it's invisible. It's an invisible shift. And the information age and technology is displacing people. See, people have to understand things are going to always constantly shift and evolve. It's either you're going to shift and evolve with it, or you're going to be behind and left behind. We don't use wood burning stoves no more. It still works today. It's not the most efficient. Okay.
Right.
So now being in the knowledge-based business, we have people that have a lot. I mean, the engineers of old that went to school, they can help people learn. Okay, but you have to learn how to do it digitally. And what I teach is nothing really has changed, because all they did digitally, all they did was take what was physical and put it electronically. That's why when you look at your cell phone, you see a settings. That's nothing, it's no different from a physical settings on a keyboard or something. It's just they moved electronically. So I said all that to say this: what's in your head, the experiences that you have, the knowledge that you have, you just have to get that out of your head, put it on paper, and then you create a digital product, and then you teach people that process. So your first product should be exactly what you did with Catherine. You should outline, go back and think about what you did from the phone call to the questions you asked to the answers she gave you. That's an FAQ, frequently asked questions. You already got the frequently asked questions and the answers. That's a product right there.
Okay.
Okay. And that's how you start creating digital products. Now, once you start creating those digital products, it's about putting it in front of people, letting people know what, like I always ask businesses, what problem do you solve? Let's really think your business. What problem do you solve? Once we figure out what problem we solve, now we can go identify those people who have that problem. And we can say, hey, we're here. This is what we do. This is how we can solve your problem. Would you like to take a look? That's the simplicity of it.
Okay. Okay. All right. So with your question of what problem do you solve, based upon their answer, then you direct them to one of your digital products?
Well, for me and my business, when I'm creating this product here, and it's going to be called Your Digital Marketing Department. And as I'm creating this product, I'm also asking myself, what problem do I solve for my business partners? Because by me asking that question helps me put the solution in place to help them. So when I ask people what problem they solve, what I'm trying to identify is, who do you serve in the marketplace? That's the reason why I asked that question, because if I got you at this point to ask you what problem you solve, I'm already knowing that you need one of my services. And then one of the services that I'm going to be, the main service that I'm going to be offering is this digital marketing department. Because most small business owners and entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, do not have a digital marketing department. They do it themselves. Okay. And as a matter of fact, I even thought about the promo of what I was going to say. And my promo gonna say something like this: instead of using a big marketing team with different departments, what if you can use the skill set of the entire marketing department and couple that with technology to help you build a better brand and create a better online presence for your business? Okay. Most small business owners can't afford it, can't afford the big marketing department. They don't have the time to go learn what the big marketing department have. But what if I could show you how to extract the knowledge? What if I can give you the skill set they got and how to use technology? Because most business owners are solopreneurs or a mom and pop. But if you got the knowledge and the technology, those two things, you could do the same thing as if you had a big digital marketing department. Okay. So that's my reason for asking what problem you solve, because everybody's business is different. And I need to identify, and I need to help them, I think, and rethink and identify, because in this digital space, man, it's about service. It's about serving the community. And it's not about sales, about solve. He who can solve the most problems or the biggest problems get the biggest paycheck. Okay. So once I get people to rethink their business, now I can get them to move forward in this digital space and have some success with it. Because a lot of people are not really having success with it, and that's why they get frustrated. I mean, I get it. There's a lot of gurus out there, a lot of people. I mean, but if you just take it as an educational piece and take what you need out of it, you can add to that and build a better mousetrap.
Okay. Okay.
So that's for me, for helping business owners. That's my first uh, my first value that I bring to them. Because sometimes when I ask business owners what problem you saw, they say, I never even thought about that. I never even thought of my business in that way. Okay. And that's important, because in the digital market space, people are walking around with their phone in their hands. They're just scrolling. They're not looking for what you got to sell. They want to know, well, does this identify with my problem? Or does this identify with happening in my life? Oh, now you got their curiosity. So, and we pay for attention. That's another thing you got to understand. We pay for attention. So that's one of that. To answer your question, basically, I asked that question so I can better understand how to position the business owner in the marketplace.
Okay. Okay.
I want to thank you guys for tuning in. If you found the information in this video to be helpful to you, go ahead and hit that like button and leave us a comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification button, because we will be continuing the conversation about how to help your clients once they identify that they have a problem.